Hello, and welcome to another day of the series. It is Nurse KP. It is day 9. Welcome. If this is your first time here, I would like to say thank you for taking the time and coming over to my channel. And if it is not your first time here, welcome back. Welcome to another day. We're getting through it, guys. We are getting through it. We are pushing through, and I am just, living in exhaustion. I am currently on airplane mode in my life because I have so much going on because, planning a banquet, printing out certificates, we getting things done, we got to cook, and you know how it is with event planning. It just stresses you out and you'll be so glad when the event is over. So that's where I'm at with that. Today's topic is going to be discussing tips for success while being on Mounjaro. So I'm just, coming to talk about a few little tips that has worked for me since I've been on Mounjaro. Um, been on Mounjaro since September of 2022, September 23rd of 2022, going on 2 years now. And I currently am at a weight loss of 97 pounds. Got down to a total weight loss of 100 pounds, but I'm still riding between 5 to 6 pounds. And I'm in between that, 5 and 6, 3 to 6 pounds at the moment. So the first topic I would like to discuss is choosing a diet that works for you, choosing high protein foods and healthy carbohydrates is very important while being on Mounjaro because your diet selections is what gets you to see the results that you see. So I constantly say this, and I have stated in the past, I have not changed my personal diet of what I eat. I've only changed how I eat. I have incorporated some healthy things while being on Mounjaro, but every day I do not eat healthy. And this is my open and most honest review of my journey. So I don't eat a lot of high fatty foods, but the things that I do eat, I enjoy in moderation. So where I used to eat an entire hamburger, I would eat a half of hamburger. Where I used to eat a big slice of pizza, I might just eat half of a slice of pizza or just eat the toppings off the pizza and not eat the crust. So it's just basically changing how you think about food. So you still can enjoy the foods that you want to enjoy. However, you do have to do it in moderation. And that is just my first tip for success while being on Mounjaro. Now, when it comes to eating, y'all, you have got to know when to stop. We cannot commit what we call gluttony while being on Mounjaro. I promise you, you don't want to do that. You will not be successful in your journey if you are continuing to overeat. You will not be successful in this journey if you continue to take in an excess of calories. So overeating is a major component of not being successful while being on Mounjaro. So this is why I say know when to stop. Being on Mounjaro has changed how I think about food. So the things that I used to eat or the things that I was once eating in overindulgence, I have stopped doing that. I know when to stop. When you get full, you stop. Your brain is like your brain opens up this gate like, hey, I am full. I need to stop. I need to give up what I'm doing because I'm telling you, when you overeat while being on Mounjaro, you will regret it. You will feel bad. You will feel sluggish. You will feel tired. You will feel blah. You will feel all of the things, y'all. So this is why I say you have to be mindful of your intake and you have to know when to stop. And knowing when to stop is the key to the weight loss. Like I said, I do not work out. I don't. Working out is just not something that I do. Excuses. I have many of them, but I just don't do it. I got all the exercise equipment that I have at home. I love you. We have a guest, y'all. Say hello. Say hi. Another tip for success while being on your Mounjaro journey, you need to start your refill process early. And when I say start your refill process early, I mean start it within the after your second week. So when you have 2 pens left in your box and you are down to your last box, start that process of getting your refills early, as it is very difficult to get your medication, and it's highly recommended if your insurance offer mail order services. Please utilize them so that you can get your medication in a timely manner and be less stressed about obtaining your medications every month. And instead of every 30 days, you have to worry about it about every 90 days. And I promise you, it has been less stressful in getting my medicines since I have been doing mail order for my Mounjaro. So it's highly recommended that you start the process of getting your medications filled. Pick an injection day that you can stick with. For me, my injection days were Fridays. I scaled it back to Thursdays because I noticed that sometimes I would go into the weekend with what we like to know as the bubble guts. I would go into the weekend with the diarrhea. And so to scale that back, I picked Thursdays to know I could recognize it a day early for me. So this is why I chose Thursdays over Fridays. I was doing Mounjaro Fridays, but I do Mounjaro Thursdays. And sometimes I do have to scale it back to Wednesdays because I know I'm going to be very busy on that Thursday. So pick a day that works for you and stick with it. Because if you miss a dose, you need to take it within 72 hours remembering, or you'll just have to skip the week altogether. So it's highly advisable that you pick a day that you can stick with and a day that works for you. When you go into this Mounjaro journey, you need to go to it with the expectation that this is something that you're not going to stop. For me, I feel like it is something I'll be on the rest of my life or as long as my body allows. So, in order to be successful, you have to know that this is something that you just cannot quit. Go as long as you can. Like I say, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is not a 400-yard dash. It's not something that you can do short term. The intention may be for you to do it short term, but if you're diabetic, this is lifelong, honey. We're buckle up because this is lifelong. The next point I would like to bring up: if you can't tolerate the side effects of Mounjaro, please stop. I advise you to stop. We're not going to DIE in order to lose weight. If you can't tolerate the side effects, do stop, because you can send your body into a state that can lead up to hospitalization. So if you cannot tolerate the side effects of Mounjaro, do not continue this medicine. It is not for you, honey. It is not for you, babes. So if it's not for you, come off of it. Highly advise you to. Highly advise you to come off of it, okay? If you know you have certain food aversions, avoid those aversions. If you know that you can't tolerate certain smells, if you can't tolerate certain foods or being around it, my thing is Brussels sprouts, y'all. My coworkers be coming to work and eating up the Brussels sprouts. Y'all, it's just, if I can get past the smell of Brussels sprouts, I will eat them. However, I cannot tolerate it. So if you can, try to avoid those food aversions, because it can lead to nausea and it can lead you to not being want to eat and loss of appetite. So avoid the things that avoid your triggers. Avoid your triggers. Next point I would like to make is, whenever you are having symptoms, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal pain, treat your symptoms, treat them early, get help early on, because we don't want to send ourselves into a state where our health is compromised. We do not want to compromise our health. The goal in all of this is not to compromise our health. The goal in all of this is to lead a better, healthier life. So treat your symptoms early on, because we don't want to lead ourselves into long-term issues. So treat those symptoms early on so that we can get the help we need and know if this is something that you can or cannot continue on. And last but not least, the last tip that I would like to stress in order to be successful on Mounjaro Hydration. Stay hydrated. Don't stay thirsty. Stay hydrated. We don't want to dehydrate ourselves. Hydration is very important. Hydration can lead to headaches. It can lead to the fatigue. It can lead to the muscle aches. So stay hydrated. If you don't do nothing else, stop eating when you're full and stay hydrated. These are all tips that I have and that I employ while being on Mounjaro, the time that I have been on it. And this is just a little bit of information that I would like to pass on to those of you who are also on Mounjaro. If you have any other tips for success, leave a comment, send me a message. Let's discuss it. Until tomorrow, y'all, this is Nurse KP, and I'm out for the night. I'm going to bed. Y'all have a good one. Good night.